First things first, guys. What is our quadratic? Well, you know what is our quadratic? Does anybody know what our quadratic is? Shania, staying real quiet. Tell me fast, what is our quadratic? Why everybody so quiet for? um, Serena, could you tell me what our quadratic is?
Um, I can't remember. Is it an equation with four terms or something like that?
You're saying that because it's quad.
Yeah.
Okay, a quadratic is an example of a polynomial whose highest power of x is 2. So, generally speaking, a quadratic is any expression that has x squared in it. All right? That's it. So, the general form of a quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. So once the highest power of x is 2, it's a quadratic. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Avinash, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so I have a question, right? Tell me which one out of these functions is a quadratic. Right, so Avinash, is the first one a quadratic?
No,
No. What's the highest power of x here?
1.
Excellent. If you're not seeing it, then it's 1, right? X to the power 1, because it's by itself, right? Avinash, is the second one a quadratic?
No?
Is the third one a quadratic?
Yes.
Yes, it is, right? Is it a polynomial though?
Nah.
No, it's a monomial, right? What about this one? Is that a polynomial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spe- Specifically a trinomial, right? And
But,
it's also a what?
quadratic.
Exactly, right? Are we okay with that? Shana?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I take any word for it, you know. So,
Yes, sir.
right, so this is an imposter, imposter, imposter. Yep, yep. And next exercise. Generally speaking, a quadratic will take the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So that's the form a quadratic expression or function will take. That being said, Shina, could you tell me what a, b, and c would be for that quadratic?
A would be 2,
Yeah,
B would be 3, and C would be -2.
perfect. Avinash, what would a, b, and c be for this quadratic? Let me see how bad it is. Let me see if you can figure that one out.
Wait, sir, for the third one?
Yeah, for the third one, what is A, B, and C?
Um, 2, and well, I don't have another one, so I'm guessing 0 and 0. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So B is equal to
2.
0 and C is equal to 0.
Sorry, I thought you say, my bad, sir.
What would A be?
2,
Why is it in 2? And me 2.
because of power 2.
Okay, it wouldn't be 2. Look at what
Ah,
we look at what we're trying to identify, right, Avinash? We're trying to identify the coefficient. That's the number in front of the variable. So this is a variable.
also will be 1?
It would be 1 because how much x squared does it have here?
1 x squared.
Right. If you're not seeing it, it means 1. So excellent. Great. So general equation of a quadratic, well, I should say expression because this is an expression. I don't know why I say equation here. Just fix that. So this is the general expression for a quadratic. Please clock it, like don't forget this. Please don't. And Shayna, in regular maths, we would have covered y is equal to mx plus c, right? And anytime we see something in that form, we knew that it would have been a line, right?
Yes, sir.
And that line could either be in that direction or this direction. Well, when we are talking about a quadratic expression or a quadratic function, it could take the form of a sad face and a happy face. What are you right now? Are you sad face or are you happy face? What are you right now?
So me, sir.
Yeah, what are you? Happy or sad?
I would sad face because I'm not home.
Sad face or
Unfortunately.
a sad? So here what, right? I want you all to copy down the general expression of a quadratic, and you must know the two different cases. So Avinash, you there?
Yes, sir.
So let me explain something, right? So let me give you two examples, right? I'm going to give you two examples. So example one, let's just say we had a quadratic equation, right? Say y is equal to 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. Actually, let me just say x squared plus 6x plus 5. So Avinash, let's just say we had that quadratic, right?
Yes, sir.
What would A be? What would A be?
One.
This question. A would be 1. Is that positive or is that negative?
Positive.
That is positive. So if it's positive, okay, if you are positive, will you be smiling or will you be frowning?
Smiling.
You'll be smiling, right? So the general shape for this quadratic would look like that. Understand?
Yes, sir.
That's the general shape of it. So keep that in mind. So generally speaking, if A is more than 0, it's going to be a minimum turning point. So we call that a minimum turning point. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me give you another example. So say we had minus x squared minus 6x plus 5. What is the number in front of x squared?
1.
Not 1. It's not 1.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. If you are negative, will you be smiling or frowning?
Frowning.
Right. So the general shape, if the coefficient of A is less than 0, is going to be like this. So we call this a minimum turning point. So Avinash, if your coefficient for A is a positive number, then the graph is said to have a minimum turning point. If the coefficient of A is less than 0, meaning that it's negative, then we'll say that the graph has a maximum turning point.
So basically, once it is a positive, it's always a minimum, and if it's a negative, it's always a maximum.
Yep. And why is that? Avinash, if you look at the function, right? We start off at a high value, and wouldn't this be the lowest point of the graph?
Yeah.
And just seeing that, like, this is the lowest the graph goes. So that's why we call it the minimum turning point. That's like the minimum point, right? Whereas this, isn't this the maximum point? Isn't that the maximum point, the maximum height
Height.
of the graph?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's how you should remember it, right? So I want you to copy down what we have here. So this over here is just random scribbles or whatever that. So I want you to copy down the general expression. If you want to do a drawing and thing, right? And I gave you two examples here, right? I said that if y is a negative x squared, right? Since the number would be negative 1, it would be less than 0. So it'd be a maximum turning point. In this example, the coefficient for A is 1 because it's 1x squared. So it's more than 0. So it's smiling. And as such, it'll have a minimum turning point. You all want me to keep these scribbles in the notes or get rid of it?
So you can leave it as an option.
Leave
Okay,
it, sir.
I will do that then. Avinash, what are you right now? Are you sad or are you happy?
I happy, sir.
That's the correct answer. Why? Because you're in class. That is why. That's why.
Not so happy because that picture.
You're happy because of?
The picture is and that's chat surgery. It'll make me laugh.
Uh,
Wow. I think you
no,
become the laughing stuff.
no. All of this is for the plot. All of this is for the plot. Shina, this is for the plot right here.
Of
Yeah,
course, of course.
yeah. But Avinash, make sure I'm post up the flyer and thing, not just the funny one, but also the serious one. You know,
Yes,
help
I
me,
know.
help me come off these streets. You know, things are rough these days. Help me be able to give all the Casios. Like for Christmas, I want to do like a Santa Claus like drive or something and just give people Casios.
It's
Yeah.
like I was supposed to calculator last night, you know. I put it on every time I press an equal, the thing turn off on me. I say, but one to this.
I'm not sure why that is.
And well, I get to work after. I don't know if it's the battery low or what. I just put it outside with the sun most of the day and just charge out of it, I guess.
That's weird.
It just turned off on me. Like I trying to do something last night and it
Shucks.
just went.
Next time it cut off, just take a video and show me what happened.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As soon as you all have this copy down, let me know so I can move on. So I'm just going to speak while you'll copy this down. So you remember when you were dealing with lines, the main things you had to know was the y-intercept and the gradient. Well, when we are dealing with quadratics, the main things are the turning point and the x-intercepts. That's the main things you need to know when you're sketching it. And well, of course, you need to know if it's a maximum or minimum.
I finished, sir.
Okay, Shina, are you finished?
So, mhm.
Serena, what about you?
Yes, I'm finished.
All right, nice. Serena, you understand everything we discussed so far, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we need to be able to factorize a quadratic. We really, really need to be able to factorize a quadratic. I can't stress that enough. I really can't stress that enough. So let me just get rid of this and we'll do this question. So Avinash, I showed you two methods on how to factorize a quadratic, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said all like you're unsure. Let me just get a refresher, right?
No, wait, I'm trying to remember the methods.
All right, the first one is extremely simple and the other one is the AC method. And we typically use the AC method when the coefficient for x squared is now 1, right? Avinash, in this example, what is the coefficient of x squared?
One.
Okay, so it's very, very simple then. Let me show you how we're going to do this. All right, so Avinash, stay with me, right? To get x squared, how would I multiply to get back x squared?
X by X.
Right, so I'm going to put an x in that bracket, and then I'm going to put an x in that bracket, right?
Yes, sir.
The next thing I want you to try to figure out is If we're looking at the last term, right? The last term in this question is what? What's the last term?
16.
Okay. I want you to think of two numbers that would multiply to give 16, but also add to give 10. Because 10 is the middle term, we have to get back 10. So think of two numbers that would multiply to give you 16 and add to give you 10.
8 and 2.
8 and 2. Right? So that's it. That was easy or hard?
Easy.
That was real easy. And if you want to check if your answer is correct, do you remember how to expand quadratics?
Um,
We
I
real
remember. I can't remember what was some.
Avinash. You had to lock in, you know, you had to lock in. I'm just gonna show you one example, right? X by x squared,
Like,
then x by 2, 2x, then 8 by x, 8x, then 6 by 2. I want to say 6 by 2, 8 by 2, 16. Understand?
yes, sir.
Right. That's it. That's the entirety of it.
Ah, well, then I had the whole thing then.
Okay, good. And that's how you would check to see if your answer is correct. So let me write a little note here. So anytime you have a simple trinomial, i.e. a is equal to 1, look at the last term and try to figure out and try to find two numbers whose product would be equal to C and sum would be equal to B. Right, so that's the entire gist of it. Avinash, you think you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shayna, easy, right?
Yes, sir.
Serena,
Yes,
you
sir.
okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So why exactly do we factorize now? Well, we factorize so that we could obtain the roots or the x-intercepts. Let me show you what I mean. So I have a bunch of examples over here, right? Now, before I move on, I just want to show you all how to do the AC method again, right? Because you need to know how to do the AC method. So let me get a question that's not simple. So all right, this is a good one. Okay, Shina, would you say that 3x squared plus 18x plus 15 is a simple trinomial?
Yes, sir.
No, it's not. I would not say that. I would not say that because the coefficient of x squared is not 1. What is the coefficient of x squared here?
3.
Yeah, it's 3, right? If the coefficient of x squared a is not equal to 1, use the AC method. Avinash, do you remember the AC method?
So wasn't that A? I can't. I'm trying to remember the formula for it, sir.
It didn't really have a formula, it was like a process, right? So
Yeah.
let me run
Yes.
through this, right? You're seeing AC, that means A by C. So the first thing, you're going to multiply A by C. If you multiply A by C, first things first, A is 3, B is 18, and C is what?
15.
Okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to multiply A by C. So A by C is going to be equal to what?
45.
Right, A by C is going to be 45. Look at what we're going to do with our 45. We're going to ask ourselves, right? Right here. What are two numbers that could multiply to give me 45, but add to give me the middle term?
Um. 9 and 5.
9 and 5. If you add 9 and 5, what are you going to get?
No, 5 14.
Let me check something. Serena, I want to give this a crack.
Sure.
Let me just make sure this thing could be factorized, right? 3x squared plus 18x plus 15.
I was doing it in my notebook. It could be factorized.
Okay, yeah, it could be factorized.
Yeah. So the numbers would be 3 and 15.
3 and 15. That is correct. Right? If you multiply 3 by 15, what are you going to get?
45.
And if you add 3 and 15, what are you going to get?
18.
Nice. So that is the answer. Right? All right, so Avinash, if you were to multiply 3 by 15, you get back 45. And if you were to add it, you get back the B term, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to write 3x squared plus 18x plus 15 as what? Tell me, Avinash. How am I going to write that? Do you remember the next step?
Mm, that'll be Nah, I can't remember it. I can't remember it.
Okay, the next step is to take the B term and split it up into the numbers we just found. So instead of writing
Right.
18x, we are going to write what? Plus what?
Plus 3. plus 50.
Right? And the
Wait,
next,
so, oh, wait, never mind. I
okay,
was gonna ask like X, but then I remember the 18 had the X in it.
mm-hmm. Now we're going to, like, you can think of like cutting it in half, and they're going to factorize each side. So if we look at this side, 3x squared plus 3x, what do we have in common between 3x squared and 3x?
3
Not just 3 what?
X.
All right, if I factor out 3x, what would I write on the inside? So what would I have to multiply by 3x to get back 3x squared?
3X.
Now, if you put 3x here, 3 by 3 is 9, x by x is x. That'll be 9x. So what would I
No, so,
multiply by 3x to get back 3x squared?
X by 1?
No, just x.
That's X, okay.
I need to, like, this is a fundamental thing you need to know. Let me show you how this working, right? This is understood to be 1x, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So 3 by 1 is
3 and X by X is 2X.
x squared, right? You could do it. I believe you could do it. Okay, what about 3x? What would if I want to get back 3x, right? What would I have to multiply 3x by?
1.
Right? So I'm going to write plus 1 on the inside here. And if you're still confused, watch. Whatever you write on the inside, if you multiply that by the what was factored out, it should give you back the original expression. So 3x by x is 3x squared. 3x by 1 is 3x. So we are correct. You okay?
Yes, sir.
What would I factor out from 15x and 15?
15.
Right. So what would I have to multiply by 15 to get back 15x?
X,
Right? What would I have to multiply by 15 to get back 15?
1.
So notice we have x plus 1 here and x plus 1 here. That means we could factor out the x plus 1. If I factor out the x plus 1, right? What would I write
Yes,
on
sir.
the inside?
3 plus 15.
None.
Huh?
You're close. Very
3.
close.
Is it 3 multiply?
No.
Nah.
So
Okay.
Avinash, the entire thing is 3x by x
Ah,
plus 1. So if you factor out the x plus 1, you still have 3x, not 3. 3x,
X.
right? That confusing there, you understand that.
Nah, sir, no, I understand.
Right? So that's the final answer. And if I were to expand this out, if I were to do the expansion, what am I supposed to get back?
3x squared plus, so get like the thing on top, sir.
Right, so what's the thing on top?
3x squared plus 3x plus 15, x plus 15.
Okay, you're right, but tell me the full thing we're supposed to get back. We're supposed to get back what we started with. So we're supposed to get back 3x squared plus 18x plus 15. So let's see if that's the case. All right, so you tell me what to write. You tell me how to expand that. I already put in the arrows, so you tell me what's next.
3x squared plus 18, I guess, sir.
No, you added the full thing. So,
Okay, so it'll be 15x.
right, so 3x squared plus 15x. What next?
Then plus 3x plus 15.
Great. And if you add back 15 and 3x, you get back the 18x, so we correct. Nice. Great. So let me just do an overview of the AC method. right? So note. So this is the AC method. Number one, multiply A by C. Find two numbers whose product will be equal to A by C, right? And whose sum would be equal to B. Step 3, write the quadratic but split E into the sum of, of two numbers from step 2, right? Step 4, factorize by greatest common factor. And then step 5, factorize by grouping. Guys, I spelling factorize correct. It's just that good notes. Yeah, I think it's picking up American spelling, right? In case all I think I can't spell. All right. So yeah, that's the AC method. So you're gonna multiply. So in the AC method, you're gonna multiply A by C. You're gonna find two numbers whose product would give you A by C, and whose sum would be equal to B. You're gonna write the quadratic, but split B into the sum of those two numbers. You're gonna factorize by the greatest common factor, and then you're gonna factorize by grouping, and that's it. So do you all want some time to copy down this example or not?
I want to copy down, please.
Okay, no problem. All right. So Serena and Shina, I presume that you all are perfectly fine with the AC method, right? And factorizing quadratics in general.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. While Avinash is copying this down, let me explain a little concept to you guys. So anytime you're sketching a quadratic curve, the main things are you need to figure out if it's a minimum or a maximum. You need to figure that out. You need to figure out the x-intercepts, also called the roots. And you need to figure out the turning point. These are the main things you should be concerned with. So Sheena, is this confusing you? Or you could kind of understand what I'm talking about?
I understand.
Okay, good. And in case you're confused, I just gonna draw a quick graph, right? Check this out. Check this graph out. As a minimum or a maximum graph? What do you think?
Is minimum.
right? Because it goes down like this point here would be the lowest point of the graph, so the minimum point, right? So this is the minimum point. What you would need to do is you would need to figure out the coordinate for that point. You would need to figure out the x-intercepts. Can you see the x-intercepts on this graph?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. The x-intercepts would be here and here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Just remind me, at the x-intercept, what is equal to 0?
Y.
Y. Great. I'm so happy that you know that. Serena, you follow it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. So Serena, if we had a quadratic like x squared plus 6x plus 5 is wait, if we had a quadratic function y is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 5, right? Let's just say we had that quadratic function. What's another way I could write that, Serena? What's another way I could write that quadratic? Hint, factorize.
I finished, sir.
Okay, the entire thing, copy down the entire thing.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Serena, what's another way I could write this?
Open brackets x plus 1 and the next open brackets x plus 5.
Nice. And Serena, if I wanted to figure out the x-intercepts, remind me, what is 0 at the x-intercepts?
Y is 0 at the x-intercept.
So wouldn't I say 0 is equal to x plus 1 by x plus 5?
Yeah.
So Serena, isn't my objective now to figure out what values for x would make that function give me 0?
Yes.
All right. So question, if we're looking at x plus 1, first of all, any product by 0 is 0, and any number by 0 is 0.
Yeah.
So if we could figure out what value for x would make this bracket 0, then it would satisfy the condition here. So if it's x plus 1, what value for x would make that bracket 0?
-1.
Right. So our first root would be -1. And why is that? Because if x is -1, that'll be 0. And 0 by anything is
0.
correct. And the other solution would be when x is what?
-5.
-5. Because if x is equal to -5, what's going to happen, Shina? Like if I plug it in into this,
Oh, equal to 0.
and 0 by anything is
0.
right. So just like that, we could sketch a big part of the graph. So just from that information, we could figure out that the graph is going to have intercepts -5 and -1, and we know is our minimum turning point. The next step is for me to show you how to find the minimum turning point. And that'll be it for sketching a quadratic. Yeah. All right, so Sheena and Serena, they understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Right, so on to this. Why do we factorize? Sheena and Serena, this is essentially what I just explained to you guys, right? So I can relax. Right. So, Avinash, you're probably wondering why we factorizing for. Yeah?
Kinda.
Okay.
But kind of understand why.
All right, that's good. Because we factorize so that we could easily obtain the roots or the x-intercepts. Let me explain what I'm talking about. If I do a quick graph here, I draw that freehand, you know. Watch thing. Shit, now you see how smooth that is?
Yes, sir. Amazing artist.
That's smooth like my imaginary ball head. Imagine. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me stop making them jokes because I feel like based on how my girlfriend talking to me these days, it's like if I go ball, she go break up with me. So yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, all right. So, Avinash,
Yes,
can you
sir.
can you recognize that this is a quadratic curve here? This is a quadratic curve. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for this quadratic curve, Avinash, are you seeing how much x-intercepts are you seeing?
2?
I seeing one over here, and I see another one over here. And
Yes, sir.
okay, this is the y-axis, and this is
X.
that's the x-axis, right? So this is a root, and this is a root. So another word for x-intercept is root. Yeah, because some seeing that they wouldn't ask you for the x-intercept; they will ask you for the root, right? Okay, so Avinash, at the root or x-intercept, what do we know?
Um, that's the point where the line crosses the curve.
Say that again.
That's the point where the curve crosses through the x-axis.
Right. But at the root, right, okay, it crossing through, it passing through the x-axis, right? But at this point, what would the y value be equal to?
Oh, 0.
Right, because if you notice, that gonna be zero. The y value is zero. See what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at the root or x-intercept, y would be equal to zero. Now, why do we need to know that? I want to know, boy. Well, let me see. So, look at what an example, right? Example. Do I have any examples here I could just pull from? Okay, I could do this one. Okay, right. So here it is, right? So Rena and Shina, what you all could do for me is, in the meantime, you all could go ahead and you could sketch this graph for me, right? Or you could sketch this graph for me while I do it with Avinash. Right, so Avinash, given
Yes.
given the function y is equal to x squared plus 3x. Oh. Okay, given the function y is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 28, find, gosh, my Apple Pencil fall long, give me a second. This, okay, I find it, nice. So given the function y is equal to x squared, find the roots and do a quick sketch. Find the roots and do a sketch. All right. So Avinash, the
Yes,
function,
sir.
the function that we are given here, what is the nature of it? Is it a linear function or a quadratic function?
Quadratic.
Okay, great. And at the roots, what do we know? At the roots, what we know about the y value?
It's at 0.
Y is equal to 0. So if that is the case, Avinash, what are we going to do there?
Uh, it's
If I tell you y is equal to 0, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with that information?
replace that.
I like what you're thinking. You say replace. Replace.
Let's say replace the 1 over 0, like
Yes, yes, that's exactly what you had to do. So instead of writing y is equal to that, we're going to say 0. We're going to say 0 is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 28. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, here what, right, Avinash? I'm not sure if your teachers ever tell you this, but the whole point about finding for x is so that I could solve the equation. Let me explain. In other words, we want to figure out what values of x would I, when I plug it in, I'll get 0. So like, in other words, Avinash, what would I need to put in into the function to get 0? Now, just by looking at this, it's kind of hard to figure that out, and
Yes, but I also want to say a negative number.
well, we go see, right? We go see. So I just showed you how to factorize. No, we didn't do that for style. It have a purpose. So the whole purpose of factorizing is to find the roots. So we're going to factorize this. This is a simple trinomial, so it should be simple. So first things first, Avinash, how would I get back x squared?
X by X.
Right? Next step, we're going to look at the last term. The last term here is minus 28. What two numbers could multiply to give you minus 28, but add to give you what?
3X or 3?
3. Not 3x, 3. 3.
3.
Right? So think of two numbers whose product would be minus 28 and whose sum would be 3.
Uh, 7 and 4.
7 and 4, right? Okay, you say 7 and 4, you're off to a good start, right? But
I
we'll
make one a minus.
say that again.
Can I make the small number a minus?
I like how you're thinking. Yes. Because if I make the smaller number a negative, the bigger number will be positive. So then if I add it, I'll get a positive number. Nice. Nice. Right? So I'm going to write x plus 7 and x minus 4. And if you're having some trust issues, which we always have,
Oh, just give me a second. I'm going to turn on the lights.
all right.
I'm back.
Okay. So Avinash, if you're having some trust issues, this is what you could do, right? In a calculator, put 7 by minus 4 and make sure you're getting minus 28. Right?
Yes, sir.
And then you could say 7 plus minus 4 and make sure you're getting 3. You okay with that, right?
Yes, sir. Something else going on this calculator now. What?
What happened?
As I go to press the minus 4, it giving me some error. Like, what?
Send my
It,
picture.
it working, it working. It just
Okay.
acting up. It acting up. I don't know why.
If for some calculators might have a hard time with that, right? So put 7 plus and put the minus 1 brackets.
Yes, sir. It working for normal now. I don't know what happening with it. Like, it acting up with some stuff.
That's weird. Right.
Acting really weird.
So here the thing, right, Avinash? Since we have it in this form, it's very easy to find our answer now. Let me show you why. Right now, we have our quadratic written as a product of linear factors, right? So what we have here is a product of linear factors. Trying to, so how is that going to help us? I have a question for you, Avinash.
Yes, sir.
Any number by zeros?
0.
Right. So what's going to happen here? So I have 0 is equal to x plus 7. If we have x plus 7 in one bracket, what value of x would make that bracket turn to 0?
Minus.
Minus what?
um, 1?
Minus 1.
Minus 7. Sorry.
Minus 7. Oh, right? And Avinash, if x is minus 7, right? You're going to end up with minus 7 plus 7 in this bracket. And in this bracket, you're going to end up with minus 7 minus 4. True or lie?
True.
True. What's minus 7 plus 7?
0.
Right? What's minus 7 minus 4?
That'll be minus 11.
Yes. What is 0 by minus 11?
0.
0. So what is one of our answers then?
0.
No.
Right.
So think about it, Avinash. What value of x gave us the 0?
Oh, the minus 7.
Right. So minus 7 is one of our answers. So here the thing, Avinash. The reason why we factorize is because it's easy to put in a number, right? That would give us 0 in one of the brackets. And we know 0 by anything is
0.
right. So again, Avinash, we want to get 0, right? Because at the x-intercept, y is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if it's in this form, we can easily see the answer. If x is minus 7, we're going to get 0, right? Because 0 by anything is 0. Give me another answer for x. Look at what we have here and give me another example. Give me another answer. So minus
11?
11. No.
No? Oh.
Avinash, whatever you tell me, right? Whatever you when you put it into this, it's supposed to get 0. Like when you work it out, it's supposed to get 0.
0.
So Avinash, minus 7 worked, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, because it got 0 by something. And 0 by anything is 0. And?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, come on, dig deep. I know you could figure this out.
So for the minus 4 side, right?
Mm-hmm. We want to do that.
Right, for plus 4?
Yes, that's it. If x is 4, it's going to make this bracket turn to 0. And well, 0 by anything is 0. Nice. So in school, your teacher would probably tell you, well, just put x plus 7 is equal to 0 and put x minus 4 is equal to 0. But they probably wouldn't tell you why it is do that. But that's why it is with Avinash. Because Avinash, if we could figure out a value for x that would make this bracket 0, then we get one of the answers because 0 by anything is 0. So like, that is why I'm saying x plus 7 is equal to 0 because I'm trying to figure out what x would be to make this bracket 0. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Right? And we said that the answer was negative 7, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
x, that's one of the answers. And over here, x would be equal to 4, right?
Yeah.
Right. Right. So let's sketch this graph now. So if you wanted to say the root, if you wanted to state the coordinate for the roots, you would write this. So you would say, so coordinate so that would be minus 7, comma 0 and 4, comma 0. Right? And these would be your roots. These are your roots. X is equal to negative 7 and x is equal to 4. Right? So these are your roots. Right. So Avinash, let's see how that would look like graphically. Right? So Avinash, the quadratic function that we were given, right? What was the number in front of x squared?
1.
1. So is a smiley face or a sad face?
Smiley face.
Smiley face, right? So proper name for that is a minimum turning point. according to what we just found out over here, it would pass through what values of x?
Negative values.
Negative values.
Wait.
It would pass through -7 and
+4.
right. So our graph would look a little something like, wait, tell me if you're following.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so Avinash, what am I going to put here?
The -7.
Right. And what am I going to put here?
The 4.
Lovely. The only thing we would need again to complete this sketch is the minimum turning point. That's it. Yeah.
So how you just know how far to draw like the line go down? The
This is
bottom
a
part.
this is a sketch. Just a
Yeah, but
sketch.
like when you're actually doing it though, it doesn't really matter how far down once it's looking like that.
Well, it had to be a little proportionate, right? So let me explain. Like, if we say, this is 4, well, obviously 7 had to be like, like roughly 2 times the distance. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So like, if we said that this was like, okay, let me just say this was -8 and this was -3. You understand how I drew it there is kind of like proportionate. So
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, yeah.
you always draw it proportionate to what we have. Like like Avinash, you wouldn't draw the graph like this, eh? You wouldn't draw it and see this is -7 and this is 4. That don't make sense.
Yeah,
That don't
I know
make
that part.
So it's the same logic you're gonna apply when doing the turning points. If they just ask you for the roots in your sketch, you don't really have to bother how far it goes down to. You could do anything if you want. You can do anything you want, right? All right, ladies, this is easy, right? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So what I want you all to do for me now, I'm going to put on a bunch of questions and I want you all to find the roots for me, right? And then sketch the graph. So let me just get the questions. Come on, convert to math. Why is it not working? Why is this thing taking long? What? It just crash? That's weird. I gotta write it. It's okay. Right, so for the following functions, Let me think of a tricky one. Because all that too easy. Oh, right. So, nice. These are some questions for you all to do. All right, so Avinash, you could take a screenshot of this, right? And I'll let you do the questions, right? So take a screenshot of that fast.
Done, sir.
Okay, great. So, Shayna, how much time you think you need for these 4 questions?
Not much.
Okay, I see you. I hear you. All right. So if you have 5 minutes, you could mash up the entire thing.
Yes, so I already finished too.
What did you? Okay, okay. Good luck with 3 and 4. Think you could still do it though.
Thank you.
All right, so go. Shouldn't I? And you remember that meme where like the guy was like, "I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better." That's you. That's you right now. You're on a roll. That's you. That's you.
Thank you, sir.
Serena, what about you? You mashing this up?
Yes, sir.
Serena, use Wreck-It Ralph. Mashing this maths up. All right, Avinash, you got through with the first question?
Sir, I know, sir.
Oh, shucks.
I was copying down. I was copying down everything, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so the time is up. Sheila, did you finish everything?
Yes, sir. You want to see the picture?
Okay, okay. Then send the picture. Send the picture. Let me see. Serena, did you finish?
I'm now going on to number 4.
Okay. Did you have any trouble factorizing number 3?
No,
No, not at all.
Not at all.
All right, so, sorry, I got distracted.
Okay, nice. Right, Avinash, where did you reach?
So another class and I was not doing number two, but I think I get to number one.
Okay. What were the answers you got?
I get positive one, positive two. I'm not too sure.
What did you get?
I get positive and I'm positive two, but I'm not too sure.
Nah. Oh, you
Nah.
think your roots? For your roots?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Serious.
correct then, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Shayna, okay, and I'll see you some minutes. All right, let me see what you do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so Shayna, when they say find your roots, you have to say x is equal to, like for B, you have to say x is equal to 7 and x.
Mm. Okay.
How you right at there making it look like a coordinator?
Okay.
Yeah. So put x is equal to 7,
Sorry.
comma, x is equal to 2. All right.
Yeah, you want me to resend it, or you want me to just like fix it simple?
Fix it in your book.
Okay.
And when I tell you so, nah. I
So you
Shayna,
make it more easy.
sorry.
Happen.
I want you to take your time and I want you
Oh,
to tell me, what are the roots? What were the roots you found
for which one?
for the first question? X is equal
7.
to 7 and 2, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Okay,
stop that.
okay.
You
Any
can see or
are any of them negative?
mm-mm.
Okay. I want you to look at your graph and do a double take.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm talking
Right,
about?
right. Oh, right. Okay. All
So
right.
you could get the entirety of part C wrong, even though you found the correct roots.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah. Because you put a 7 in the second
Negative. Mm-hmm.
quadrant. All right, let me check question 2.
What did the same thing for question 2? For C, which I will fix.
It always be the simplest things, stressing out.
Yes, I'll fix it.
Shana, you did question 3, like how I would have do question 3. Like, because it's equal to 0, you can multiply by -1 throughout to get a positive.
Mm-hmm.
We do that. Okay, it seems I did question 3 correct. Okay,
Yes.
question 4. Okay, where did the bracket go from the x plus 5? Don't forget the brackets. Make sure you put a bracket.
From where? Right
But
there.
okay,
So I write it in pencil, so I'm making a scene. But in book it there. Let me
okay.
check it.
Now I'm show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's not there in the picture. It's in my book.
What? You confusing me, stressing me out. Even if you did write that in pencil, I would have seen something. But I'm not
Yeah. So I just
anything.
thought you wasn't seeing it because I have it in my book. So I probably put it in and noticed after I said the picture.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, you found x. Okay, the first root you found was wrong. Because if I have 2x plus 3 equal to 0, right? If I put 2x plus 3 equal to 0,
All right.
and you move across the 3, that'd be minus 3. So
Minus sugar tea. Okay. Okay. So I think I was rushing.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Okay, so my answer fixed.
Okay, nice. Right. So, Serena, are you done?
I'm having trouble with number 4. I think I did something wrong. So checking it over.
All right. Well, here what? Let we run through it together, right?
Okay.
So, Serena, we're gonna speed run this thing. Speed demon. Let's go. Okay. First question. State if it has a maximum or minimum. What's the answer for that?
A minimum because a value is more than 0.
All right. Minimum scaling point, right? Because A is more than 0. Nice. B. Find the roots. So to find the roots, right? Serena, is any function equal to 0?
Yes.
All right. By the way, when we were doing functions in regular maths, and you would understand that f of x is the same thing as y.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So we're going to say that 0, we're going to write 0 is equal to x squared minus 9x plus 14. We're going to factorize this. So to get back x squared, you would say what by what?
X by x.
You would say x by x. To get back 14, what would you say?
Negative 2 by negative 7.
Right. Because if you add -2 and -7, then you're going to get -9,
Yep.
right? So x minus 2, x minus 7. Great. Now you would say x minus 2 is equal to 0, and you would say x minus 7 is equal to 0. So x would be equal to 2, right? And x would be equal to 7. So those are your two roots. You okay with that, right?
Yes, sir.
If they ask you to state the coordinates of the roots, what would it be in that case?
It would be 2 comma 0 and 7 comma 0.
Perfect. Sketch one. Let's do the sketch now. All right, so let's draw this. Actually, now wait, pay attention here, right? So Shayna, am I going to do this? Shayna, will I be doing that? Can I hear and Shayna? But Serena, would that be correct if I did that?
No, because
No,
there's no negative x values.
exactly. There's no negative x values. Avinash, are you seeing any negative x values here?
No, sir.
No, so if you do this, that's wrong. Can't do that. Otherwise, yeah, you'd be lacking, right? This is what it's supposed to look like. Right? So Avinash, what am I going to put here?
Um, plus 2 and well, that's 2 and 7.
Yep.
Also,
Nice.
sir, the last one has stumped me a bit there.
Noted. Thank you for telling me. Right, question 2 now. So Avinash, let's run through this one. Is our
Yes, sir.
maximum or minimum?
Minimum.
Minimum. Right, minimum. Why? Because A is what?
More than 0.
Right. All right. If we want to find the roots, you're going to say f of x is 0 because f of x is the same thing as y, right? Because if you want to find the x-intercepts or the roots, y is 0. F of x is 0. So we say 0 is equal to x squared minus 11x plus 24. Okay. So, Avinash, we need to factorize here, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what would I need to multiply to get back x squared?
X by x.
So I put x here, I put x here. Okay, now we're going to look at the what term?
The C term, so 24.
This thing I want to erase. Okay, cool. Okay, look at the 24. And what we want to do with that 24?
Find two numbers that multiply to make 24, but also add to make the negative 11.
What two numbers we come up with?
I get 8 and 3.
8 and 3. Okay. Positive 8 and positive 3 or
Negative 8 and negative 3.
okay, you had to be specific, right?
Sorry, sir.
So negative 8, negative 3. So you would say x minus 8 is equal to 0, and you would say x minus 3 is equal to 0. If that's the case, x would be equal to 8, and if it is the case, x would be equal to 3. So those are your roots.
Yes, sir.
Avinash, should I draw my graph like this?
No, sir.
No, I should not. Sheena, looking at you, no. Sheena, Wi-Fi even trouble. All right. Serena, did you draw your graphs like any correct quadrants?
Yes, I did. But it's just my curve looking a little wonky.
It's not looking so much like a curve.
No.
It's looking like a, what? No. I don't know why that happened. I'm actually trying to draw a curve. Okay. It's right. So Avinash, it was the case. This is going to be 3. This is gonna be 8. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Great. I will still prefer the white notes because like in my personal opinion, the black notes like peak. I mean, it just hit different. Avinash,
So I agree.
like what you prefer? Like don't let me influence you, right? Like you prefer the dark notes or the white notes?
Nah, so I'll be honest with you, both of them okay with me. I do really mind that one.
Okay, okay. And well, Serena, I know that you prefer the white notes because you could print it. That's true.
Because I could print it.
I don't know. I think one of you all told me that you prefer the white notes because you could print it. Was it you that told me that?
No, but I do prefer the white notes though. But I don't print out notes. I like to write it because I
So I
like
take
to
it
write.
back. The black one better because how I kind of blind now. So the white does just pop better
Like
against it.
like 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 imagine all you like night before the exam, right? All you want to run through my notes and like okay, all you just open a document, bam, you just get like your eyes just
Fast.
get incinerated. Yeah. Serena, yes, I real struggling to hear you sounding real faint, real quiet.
Oh, I said I preferred the white notes, but not because I could print it.
Oh, okay, okay. Just prefer to see like I know for some people this would be easier on the eyes for some reason on this.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend, she hates these kind of notes. Like it's a lot for her, it's a lot more legible like this.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I studying from the back one before an exam, I'll fall asleep.
Oh, you need like incineration. Like you need the
Yes,
eyes to
I
be
need to bombard my eyes.
okay. So Shayna, cough. This is what your graph supposed to look like. Please pay
Yes,
attention.
cough, cough. I fix it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. But please pay attention to the roots. It's positive or if it's negative.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Shayna, let's do question 3, right?
Sure.
Okay. Maximum or minimum?
Maximum.
Why?
So the coefficient of E is negative.
Right. So A is
Well,
less than 0. Right. So A is 0. All right. Let's find the roots now. So when I say 0 is equal to minus x squared minus 2x plus 15. Now, Avinash, I would anticipate that this might give you some trouble. Did this give you trouble?
If the answer is 5 and -3, no.
Is it 5 negative 3? Well, we go see, right? But Avinash, you want to tell me how
Right.
you did this question? Did you do the first method, like the simple method, or did you do the AC method?
But I kind of just do the first one. Well, so I kind of mix them both kind of in my brain, and I kind of get the answer of those.
Okay, well, let me share. I'm gonna share a bunch of ways you could work this one out, right? So, numero 1 is what you could do. So, what would you have to multiply to get back minus x squared?
Minus x by minus x.
No, if minus x by minus x is plus x squared.
Oh, no, okay. So that's really minus x by a positive x.
Right, because I remember a negative by a positive is a negative, right? Okay, and then you would look at 15. So to get 15, you would think like 5 by 3 ends.
Yeah.
Okay, now we would need to figure out where we want to put it.
Uh,
So
wait,
I
so,
would
so it is -2, so you gotta put like a negative by one then?
wait, I will put the plus 5 over there, and I will put the plus 3 over there. Like in this context, it matters. It matters. Let me show you why I'm saying that. Minus x by x is minus x squared. Minus x by 5 is minus 5x. 3 by x is plus 3x. And 3 by 5 is 15. What is minus 5 plus 3?
-2.
Right. You would have noticed that I put the 5 here. Oh, why did I do that? I put it over there so that it would multiply by the negative x. So it would give me a really negative number for x.
Ah,
Because if I had put 5 over here now, watch what happened, right? If I put the 3 over here, I'll get negative 3x, and over here, I'll get 5x. In that situation, the positive term is more significant than the negative term, so you get a positive answer. But we want a negative answer in the middle, right? So that's one way you could do it. It's kind of like a hybrid. And then you would say minus x plus 3 is equal to 0. So you'd end up with minus x is equal to minus 3. Then you would divide by minus 1 on both sides, and you would get x to be equal to what, Avinash?
the first one would be +3.
Right. And then you would say x plus 5 is equal to 0, and you'd move across positive 5, so x would be equal to negative 5. Right, so that's one way you could do it. Another way you could do it is like this. So if we have 0 is equal to negative x squared minus 2x plus 15, we are allowed to multiply both sides throughout by minus 1. Now, Avinash, if I do that right, tell me what I'm going to end up with. What is 0 by minus 1?
0.
Right? So I'll end up with 0. What is minus x squared by minus 1?
Minus x squared.
No.
No?
Time. Remember your signs. Remember your signs.
Oh, right. The positive x squared.
Right? Positive x squared. What about negative 2x by negative 1?
Positive 2x.
Okay, what is plus 15 by negative 1?
Negative 15.
Negative 15. Okay, we are accustomed seeing our quadratics looking like this, right?
That's
So
the
now we could go ahead and do it like how you would normally do it. So how would you multiply to get back x squared,
x by x.
right? And the last term here is
15.
I don't like how this looking.
This thing, right? Like they gave trouble if he passed a few classes.
Yeah, they update the app and it real horrible. Yeah. Okay. So minus 15, right? We need to figure out what two numbers you would multiply to give you minus 15 and add to give you plus 2. Can you think of any two numbers?
Negative 5 and positive 3.
You sure about that?
Oh, I mean, well,
If I
no.
say negative 5 and positive 3, right? That's gonna give me negative 2. But
Yeah.
in this, what we had done, right? We had multiplied by minus 1. So we ended up with this. So we want to get plus 2.
Okay. So it'll just it'll be positive 5 and minus 3.
Right. And then okay, Avinash, look at this, right? Notice in this and how I did it here, right? It had negative x here and it had x here. Since it's not the same, if I write the 3 and the 5 in the opposite positions, then I would get a completely different answer. Remember, remember what I showed you? If I put the 3 over here, the negative will multiply by the 3 and I'll get negative 3. And if I put the 5 over here, I'll get 5.
Yes, sir.
And I get 2 instead of negative 2. So here what I was saying, Avinash. Anytime those two terms different, it matters where you put it matters where you put the other two numbers. But in this case, Avinash, are they different or are they the same?
The same.
The same. So it doesn't matter where we put the plus 5 and the minus 3. Does not matter. Right? So now I'm going to say x plus 5 is equal to 0. And I'm going to say x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x will be equal to
Minus 5
yeah.
and 3.
Yep, that's the same answer we got last time, right?
Yep.
Great. And there's another way you could do it. And this is using the AC method. All right, so Avinash, what is A and what is C?
A will be negative 1. C will be 15.
Right, so negative 1 by 15 is,
Negative 15.
right? So we're trying to figure out what two numbers would multiply to give you negative 15, but add to give you negative 2. Tick.
Negative 5 and positive 3.
Right, negative 5 plus 3. So in other words, I could rewrite the expression as 0 is equal to minus x squared. And instead of writing minus 2x, I'm going to say minus 5x plus 3x plus 15. You with me so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Then I'm going to like divide the expression, I mean the equation into two parts, and I'm going to factor out using the greatest common factor. So, Avinash, if you look at minus x squared and minus 5x, what do we have in common?
The x.
Right, the x and the negative sign.
Negative. Yeah, negative x. Sorry, sir.
So if I pull out negative x from negative x squared, that's just going to be plus x. So I could just write x. If I pull out the negative x from negative 5x, what am I going to write on the inside?
5.
Yeah, I'm going to write plus 5 because negative 1 by 5 is negative 5, and I'll add on the x, negative 5x, if I were to multiply it back out. Right? Confusing way with me so far.
Oh, yes, sir.
Right? What's the greatest common factor between 3 and 15?
The 3.
3. So I'll put away 3. So I'll write x plus 5 on the inside. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Notice that we have x plus 5 common between the two terms on either side. So we could pull out the x plus 5. And if I do that, what am I going to write on the inside?
This be x. Oh, no, my bad. That'll be 3.
Now, take your time. Take your time. Look at the full thing here. You're pulling out x plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
So what would I write on the inside then? If I pull out the x plus 5. Come on, you can do it. Look at what we have here. We have negative x by x plus 5. And you pulling out x plus 5. So what
Should
should
be
I?
negative.
Yes, it will be negative x. And over here, it's going to be plus 3. Right? So from here, all they're going to do is this. So as you can see, there's so much different ways you could work it out. Just pick whichever one you're comfortable with, to be honest. I would tell you which one I would do, right? So obviously you would say x plus 5 is equal to 0, and you would say minus x plus 3 is equal to 0, right? So x would be equal to negative 5. You would say negative x is equal to negative 3. You would divide both sides by minus 1 or multiply both sides by minus 1, and you're going to end up with x is equal to 3. Now, me personally, I would have done this. I would have done this one. I would have just multiplied throughout by minus 1 and factorize like normal. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The reason why like me personally, I just never use the AC method because it's like so much working. Like it's so much working. Okay. All right. Shana, wait to help me draw the graph. So the graph for this would it look like this?
No, sir.
Would it look like this?
No, sir.
Look like this?
Yes, sir.
Well, actually, a little more to the left because it's negative 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to say that this is what? What are we going to say that is? So, Shana, what are we going to say this
Oh, you're
is?
talking to me. Sorry. 3 and then minus 5.
Whoa.
So what side are you pointing at?
Wait,
Right, minus 5. Start off with my glasses. Excuse the tiny dot.
okay. minus 5 and 3. Yeah? You okay with that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For some reason, when I think of you, I do imagine you wearing glasses. I don't know. Like I can think of this.
Oh my, okay.
Serena, do you wear glasses?
No.
Okay. Avinash, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Serious? Like, these are another one that
Yes.
I would not expect wearing glasses. Like, I can't imagine you wearing glasses.
I don't I don't wear them or anything because like I used to be a custom not wearing it, but then my eye get worse, so I had to stop wearing them.
Okay. All right. So, Serena, I said the last question gave you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, but I figured it out.
Okay. Well, let me still run through it together, right?
Okay.
So, first part, maximum or minimum,
Minimum.
right? And it's a minimum because A is
More than 0.
right. All right. Um, we're gonna put a equal to 0, so we're gonna say 0 is equal to 2x squared plus 13x. So, Serena, do you use the AC method, or do you use just, or do you just use intuition?
I use the AC method.
Okay. All right. So A by C. All right. A is 2, C is 15. So 2 by 15 is,
30.
all right, 30. Okay. What we need to do, what we need to do next?
We need to find two numbers that when multiplied gives you 30, but when added gives you 13. I use 10 and 3.
Nice. 10 and 3 is correct. So then you would write a middle term as a
Mm,
sum of 10 and 3.
mm.
Right? What's next?
Now you factorize.
Wait, let's talk a little louder.
Now you factorize.
Little louder. I'm struggling to hear. Guys, are you hearing Serena?
No, sir.
Now
Right.
you would factorize.
Yeah. Serena, you should see how others be looking when you talk. Others like stick my ears up to the speaker. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna factorize, right? So what do we have in common between 2x squared and 10x?
2x.
Right. Cool. If I factor out 2x, what am I gonna write on the inside?
X plus 5.
X plus 5. Mm-hmm.
And then when you factorize the other half, the common value is 3. So you put plus 3. And then in brackets, you put x plus 5. And now you factorize by grouping. So the first bracket would have x plus 5 and the second bracket would have 2x plus 3.
Excellent. So you would say x plus 5 is equal to 0. So x would be equal to negative 5. 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. So Sheena, please take your time. So move across that plus 3 be minus 3, then divide both sides by 2. All right, so x is equal to negative 3 over 2. All right, nice. So Serena, what was giving you trouble with this question?
I used -2 and +15 instead of 10 and 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
but even if you use a, oh no, you wouldn't. It would not work out because it was to get +2. Yeah, -2 by 15 is -30. That wouldn't work. All right. So let's sketch this, right? Okay. So, Serena, which quadrants would this graph be in?
The left side.
So the Cartesian plane has 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that'll be in 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Okay, that should work there. Nice. So where should I put the -3/2?
The
Should I put the -3/2 over here?
yeah.
Talk a little louder.
Yes.
Yeah, I should. Right. And I should put the -5 over here. Now, some people might be confused by that. So let me explain something, all right, guys? Let me explain something. So if you think about the left side of the number line, it would start off with 0, then -1, then -2, then -3, then -4, then -5, etc., going down to -infinity, right? -3/2 is just -1.5. So that would have to come before the 5. So I hope you all understand that, right? So yeah, that's it for class today. How we feeling with quadratics so far? Tell me, guys, how we feeling?
Good.
Feeling good? That's good. That's great. So here what, right? For homework, you all could factorize 1, 2, and 3 and do the sketch. Next class, we are going to look at the quadratic formula. I wanted, here what, I will switch up the order, right? Next class, we will do the quadratic formula and we will do completing the square. That's what we will do. Yeah, completing the square takes up a good bit of time. Then we had to look at quadratic inequalities, right? And then we had to look at sum and product of roots. So yay. Yeah, have you not actually feeling confident with everything we did?
I feel like I'm a minimum turn, so
Oh, this are you feeling? Oh, no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing because you're happy, you're happy. Yeah. Shayna, are you still feeling like a maximum turning point?
Yes, because I have to go study after this. I have a long night ahead of me.
Ah, all right. Well, I'm gonna keep all your back. Later, guys. Have a blessed
Yeah,
evening.
you too.
Bye.
bye, sir.
Bye.